Hello everyone. Today we'll take problem number 4 which we have solved earlier. Velocity analysis is already done. Let us see how to complete the acceleration part. So I'll start with the sketch first. So this is the figure which you have. You have got this figure, and then velocity analysis is done. So various angular velocities you have already found out. So we'll take up the second part where the accelerations are required to be found out. So what we do is, I'll just write what is to be asked. So find acceleration of v relative to a So these are the different things that are asked. Acceleration of B with respect to A, acceleration of C with respect to B, acceleration of E with respect to D, then acceleration of E with respect to F, and then the angular acceleration of C with respect to B, E with respect to D, and A with respect to F. They are the different terms that are asked. So as usual, we start with the link which we know completely. So for the first link, that is link number 2, we write acceleration of B So this is the acceleration of B relative to A, which we completely know, and it is like this. Now the tangential acceleration is not there because alpha is not there. So we take the next link number 3. So for this link, this is unknown point, this is known point. So acceleration of C is equal to acceleration of B plus acceleration of C relative to B. C relative to B. So out of that acceleration of C relative to B, it has got two components, and in that the normal component is given by the length into omega square, and this is known. So it is like this from capital C to capital B in the linkage diagram, from the capital C towards capital B. So it is like this. So we have shown this vector completely by magnitude and direction. The tangential vector is r into alpha, is r, alpha. Now since we have done this many times, there is not much requirement, no need to explain, we have done this many times. So tangential of C with respect to B is perpendicular to CB like this, but its magnitude is not known because the alpha is not known, it is asked. So we will not be able to do more than this. Now at this stage, let us try to draw the polygon. So I will start here, acceleration polygon. So set some scale here, suitable scale, and then we start with a point I'll take some point here as the fixed point, that is A and F. Okay. Now the first acceleration normal of B with respect to A, from B to A, capital B to capital A in the linkage diagram, and here it is from A to B. So this vector I draw from A, starting from A, and it goes to B, and this is final B, and this is F normal of B with respect to A. Now when you draw this length as per the actual size. Now I don't have any magnitude here, so I am just showing you just as a process. Now the next is this part. Normal of C with respect to B from C to B in linkage diagram, here it will be from B to C. So the normal will be this way, and this is intermediate point C1. Now the tangential component is perpendicular to this component. So I will draw this as a construction line perpendicular to CB for the tangential component and show this symbol of perpendicular line. So we have done this part to the extent we know. Now go to link 4. Now for link 4, all the points on the link 4, they are performing linear velocity. So it will have only Ft, it will not have normal component. So we will not be able to write this kind of equation because all the points, they are having same acceleration, unlike this link where acceleration of A is 0, acceleration of B is something else. That will not happen even if you take many points here on this slider, their acceleration will remain same. Therefore, we will not be able to write this kind of equation. But instead of that, we write acceleration of C with respect to fixed point is A, is equal to only the tangential component. Only the tangential component of acceleration. And this we don't know by magnitude, but we know that its direction is parallel to path. Its direction is parallel to path like this. So in the polygon, see, from C to A, we were to draw from A. We are always drawing a line from the lower letter. So from this A, we draw a line like this. This is parallel to path of C. So now C is going to lie here, C is going to lie here. Therefore, this is going to be our point C, and this is the vector what we were trying to find out. F tangential of C with respect to A is here. And this what we wanted to find out, magnitude was not known. That is also now available. Points. So we have got point C like this. And as a result, we can now get these two values which are not known these values which are not known, they can be now obtained from the polygon. One is here and one is here, so you can equate here. Now we'll go to next part. We are going to this part. Now we have what? Point B and point C here. This final B, final C. So we have got both these points B and C. So we join these 2 points, and then this BC line is equivalent to this BC line. Now there is a point D which is midpoint. So here we are taking D here as a midpoint. So this is going to be point D. Suppose the proportion is different, accordingly you have to take it. So that is point D. So acceleration of D, if you want to know with respect to A, you have to join D and A, and accordingly you have to put the arrow. Now we go to link 5. So for link number 5, acceleration of any point E is equal to acceleration of a known point plus acceleration of E with respect to known point. Usual equation we are written. Out of the acceleration of D, we already know this vector is acceleration of D. When nothing is written, that means it is A. A is a fixed point. So we already know this. Let us try to concentrate on this. So 2 components, normal and tangential, of E with respect to D. Now out of that, this normal component is length into omega square. And since you have found out the angular velocity in the velocity analysis, this you already found out, this you can, the entire answer you can find out. So you know this vector completely by its magnitude as well as direction. It is from capital E to capital D in the linkage diagram. So I draw it here like this. This is the acceleration of E with respect to D. Now the tangential is R alpha Now this we don't know, direction we only know. We know the direction of this vector, it is going to be perpendicular to ED, but its magnitude we don't know. So now what we do? We now have to draw this vector from E to D is the direction in the linkage diagram. So this direction you have to take there. So I'll draw this vector there, whichever way it is available. So I'll draw now. See again, the length I am going to draw at random because I don't have the actual size. So I'll draw this line, maybe like this. Just for the purpose of explanation, this vector I have drawn. The actual size will be even, it can be less also. Okay, and then the tangential is perpendicular to this, like this. Now the next part is link number 6. Now for link number 6, you have to write, I'll write here. Okay, so for link number 6 now, so for link number 6 we write acceleration of any point E is equal to acceleration of a known point F plus acceleration of E with respect to F. Now for this is 0 and this will have 2 components like this. Now the normal component is length into square of omega, and we know this completely by its magnitude and direction, and this is from E to F in the linkage diagram. E to F in the linkage diagram, and in the polygon it is from F. F is here, F to E, so like this. So this vector is this vector from F to E. This is E1, E2, E1, this is E2. So we have drawn this vector. Now the other vector is the tangential. Now this is R alpha, so EF into alpha. Now out of that, alpha is not known, it is asked. So you will not be able to find the magnitude right now by analytical method. We don't have magnitude, you cannot calculate because alpha is not known. But then the direction we know, it is perpendicular to EF. So here we draw a line perpendicular like this. So this gives us intersection here, which is the point E, and once we do that, then we get whatever was not known. So this has been the acceleration of E with respect to F. The tangential component has come like this, it is upwards. Okay, and then what was not known earlier, the other one, this also was not known, that is also obtained like this. With respect to D. So at this stage you will find that we have got everything, we have got all the values. So if you want to put this here, you will have to do it like this. This was normal and this is tangential obtained by polygon. Similarly, this was normal and the tangential obtained by polygon like this. So all the values are now there. So whatever was not known, E with respect to D is here. This is this. Then this is also not known earlier, now it is obtained. All the things which were not known, they are all now available in the polygon. So that you can measure them and fit these values. Once you fit the values, you can go back and find out the alphas. Okay, so alpha values you can find out. I have not shown it here, but the moment you put this value here and length is known, you can find out alpha. So afterwards, you will be able to find out this also. Then in this case, there is no alpha, but this alpha you can find out and this alpha you can find. So 1, 2, 3, these are the 3 alpha values. So this can also be found out. The only thing is direction. So I'll just explain to you how to find out the direction. But rest calculations you can do. The units will be radians per second square. So what is the direction of rotation of this? E with respect to D. Now E with respect to D, tangential is this. So because it is like this, alpha will be this way, which is clockwise. So this will be E with respect to D, this will be clockwise. Then this one, alpha of C with respect to B. So the tangential of C with respect to B we have found out somewhere here like this. So normal plus tangential. So arrow is here and direction is like this. So this you will put here. This way, therefore alpha is like this, which is clockwise. So it is like this. And then the third, E with respect to F. E with respect to F is tangential this way, so it will rotate like this. It will not rotate in fact, it is the acceleration in that direction. Its rotation will be something else which you have found out by the velocity polygon. The acceleration this way means it will be either accelerating or retarding depending on how the omega is. If omega and alpha they are in the same direction, that means the omega is increasing. If omega and alpha they are in opposite direction, then the omega is retarding. Okay. So you may have this omega shown in your linkage diagram, in your velocity analysis when you are done. That time in the linkage diagram you must have drawn the omega here, omega here, omega here. So that will also decide whether it is accelerating or decelerating. At the moment we are deciding the direction, so this is anti-clockwise. So we have set the directions of all the three. What you do is put the ft vector and then see the direction of rotation from the fixed point. Now the lower point is the fixed point. You are standing here, and in that situation C has got acceleration like this. It is not moving there, the acceleration is in that direction. So that way you will get all the values. Remember, I have not found out the answers of this, which you can do, because once you know Ft, R is there, you can find out alpha. Once you know Ft, R is there, you can find out alpha. Once you know Ft, R is there, you can find out alpha. So these values I have left it to you to find out, which you can do. Only the directions are shown here. Okay. So this becomes your problem number 4, acceleration analysis. Remember, let me again repeat. This is a polygon what I have shown for the explanation purpose. In your case, you have to draw the lines as per their actual lengths, and as per the actual lengths when you draw, the shape of the polygon will be totally different from what I have drawn. Please keep in mind. So don't be under the impression that the figure what you are drawn and this is different, so you are doing some mistake. It is not like that. It will not be a mistake as long as you are doing it in a proper manner. But the shape of the polygon, what you are drawn and what is drawn here, it may not be same. Okay. So this was problem number 4. You can understand it.